Hey, how's it going, guys? In this video, I want to give kind of like my first impressions of Another Crab's Treasure. I want to talk about what I like about it so far. Now, I'm only a few hours into the game, but there's a lot of things that I really love about this game. When I first booted this game up on my Xbox, I was immediately sucked into this game. I think this game is very immersive. The soundtrack, really good. Yeah, it really reminded me of that one SpongeBob game, SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated. You know, it's kind of like that game mixed with Dark Souls. Really interesting concept, even if you're like a casual gamer who doesn't like play Souls games, because you can make it as difficult as you want. And if you do get stuck somewhere, you know, you can just pull out a gun and just one hit everything. Totally cheese the game with the whole entire gun if you want. Make it super cozy and just, you know, explore with the gun. But if you are looking for a challenge, you can definitely make it pretty hard on yourself. Some of the bosses are very difficult. One of the first bosses you face, Nefo, or whatever his name's called, he definitely gave me a run for my money. It took me like 5 or 6 tries to beat him. Now, many Souls-like games have this thing called a bonfire, which is kind of like a checkpoint. This was introduced in the Dark Souls games, but they're basically like little campfires that serve as like a respawn point, which in this game, moon snail shells are kind of like that bonfire. I gotta say, the combat mechanics in this game, they're pretty cool, but you have like this fork as your primary weapon. And you can like slash things with it. You can charge up, you know, your attack by holding the fork. There's even a dodge button. I gotta say, a real unique aspect of the game is the use of shells as shields. So like each different shell has like a different ability, you know, and like certain shells will give you like more armor than like other shells. Like some of these shells are really cool. Like this one shell I discovered, it like turns you into a coconut and you can like roll like Sonic the Hedgehog and like hit things with it. Like it's really unique. Then you have like this other shell where you like have spikes. I think what I loved most about this game was not only was I like fully like sucked into it, but I didn't feel the need to like look up any guides. Like I wasn't like stuck. There wasn't a point where I didn't know where to go. Though that may change later on once I get deeper into the game. I was just kind of like getting sucked in, you know, reading the story, the dialogue. The dialogue is actually quite entertaining. Normally I don't like reading dialogue in video games, but the dialogue in this game is actually compelling, especially when they're like, what the shell? Or they're like, holy shell. It's just kind of funny, you know? And you can mold your crab into whatever play style that you play as. You know, if you're more of an attacker, you could put like more stats on the attack. If you use like a lot of magic in the game, you can, you know, put more stats on that. I love it when a game just like comes out of nowhere and it's actually a good game. Now, I will say, you know, there are occasional bugs where I kind of get stuck and there are some glitches, you know, some camera issues. But other than that, that's probably my only critique so far. And, you know, that's kind of expected from a new game that just came out. You know, most times when games come out, they're not always super polished, and that's okay. Like, that'll be fixed later on, I'm sure. This game is on all the platforms, you know, it's on the PC, it's on the Switch, the PlayStation, the Xbox. I've only played it on the Xbox, so I don't know how it runs on the other consoles. I'm sure they run well. I don't know about the Switch, though. But if it doesn't run well on the Switch, it's probably not the game's fault, it's probably the Switch's fault. You know, with the hardware limitations and such. Graphically, it looks really beautiful on the Series X. And the story is actually compelling. The game's narrative explores themes like pollution, environmental decay, and that really adds depth to the overall experience in my opinion. One crab's trash is another crab's treasure. But yeah, overall I gotta say that this is a good game with some good charm to it. You know, you can make it as difficult or as easy as you want. You know, beautiful art, beautiful sound design. Dialogue isn't a pain to read, so, I mean, really, what more can you ask for? And then you get to play as Mr. Krabs. I mean, come on. It's a cool game. Tons of hidden secrets, side quests, challenges. And this game just really encourages you to kind of venture off, you know, and discover everything at your own pace. Now, is it worth the $30 price tag? You know, it's definitely a lot of fun. If you have the $30 to splurge on it, totally. If you don't have the $30, or, you know, if you don't have a whole lot of money, I would wait for it to go on sale. But yeah, just some random thoughts about the game, what I like about it so far. Enjoyed the video, give it a like, and I'll catch you later. Peace.